and welcome back to my channel. I'm Patty and this is my handmade lifestyle. Today I'm going to show you how to make these really simple, really delicious tarts. In this case it's a strawberry tart because I used my own strawberry compote, but you could use any kind of jam. It can be a store-bought jam. Don't feel like you've got to do a lot of cooking with this. And we're going to use a packaged dough for our crust. So this is a really easy, fun little recipe to make, and best of all, it tastes delicious. And I'll give you 3 options, as you can see here, on how you can make the tarts yourself. Okay, don't go anywhere and we'll jump into today's video right now. To make these tarts, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need pie crust, and I bought this pie crust at Wegmans. We have a new Wegmans in town and I wanted to try theirs, so we're going to use that today. But whatever your favorite, just ready to roll pie crust is, use that. You're going to need something for your filling. I'm using the strawberry compote that I made. It's so good in these little tarts, and I'll link up here to the recipe also below, and I'll give you a link over to where you can get a written recipe. It's very good. You're going to need to make up an egg wash. All that is a beaten egg with a little bit of water. You're going to need some kind of little biscuit cutter. I've got this set that I use. You're going to need a brush to brush on the egg wash, a spoon to spoon out your filling, and a knife to like press the edges together. And then I have this pretty sugar that we're going to sprinkle on top, but you could use just plain sugar. And by the way, you could just use a jam if you have a favorite jam. So okay, let's take a look at how to assemble this. Oh, also you'll need a you're going to need a heavy baking sheet, and I've got mine set up with my Silcone. So okay, let's get to making the tarts. I've removed a package of dough from the box and just laid it flat, and I'm going to take these biscuit cutters and cut out some pieces. I'm using a 2 5/8 inches or 68 millimeter for the outer cut, and then I'm going to use the small one, which is a 1.5 inch or 38 millimeters for the inside, and you'll see what happens. So you're going to cut, and I like the scallop side, so I'm just going to come around and cut as many as I can get from this, and we can just put them right over here. Just lay them out on your baking sheet, and I have preheated the oven to 450, and 450 is what the package instructions call for. I've cut everything out from the first package of dough. You get 2 packages of dough in the box. So I've cut out the first package, and it's over here. Now I'm going to cut out the second package. And basically what I got was a baker's dozen, which is 13. And the difference this time around is you're going to, I don't know if I can show you this. I might have to cut them all out and then show you. Essentially, this is the bottom, and then what we're making this time is the top. Now, what you could do is you could put this on top of your tart, and that would be fine. Maybe we'll make a couple like that, but I like to do mine with a little cutout, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. You've probably seen other similar versions of this little recipe floating around. A lot of people will just cut the dough into rectangular pieces, and then just like make it as a homemade Pop-Tart or something. But I started doing mine with these little biscuit cutters, and I think it's really cute. So I wanted to share that with you today, and it worked especially well with that homemade strawberry compote, which is out of this world. You definitely want to try that out. But if you're not adventurous enough to cook something like that, although I promise you it's so easy, you can always just cut quarters. Okay, here's what we're going to do. This is our top piece, and we're going to take this and kind of get it into the middle as much as possible and cut out that little piece. And then see? And so that's going to go on top. So let me cut out a few like this, and then I'll show you exactly what we're going to do. So I've got these laid out, I've got our tops cut, and let's go ahead and assemble, and I'll show you what you do. So I have a little jar of water, and what I like to do is to first kind of just run the water on that bottom piece of dough. And then I get a spoon of the filling, just like a teaspoon. It doesn't take much. And put that on. And then we put our top on. And then we just take the fork and go all the way around. And that's really it. And then I'm going to take that egg wash and just go around the outside. And then sprinkle it with sugar. And there you go. There's your tart. It's so cute, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to just do the same thing for all of them. Alright, I've got them all ready, and I did them in a variety of ways. These I did with the cutouts. These I just put the solids, and then I took the cutouts from here and put on top of there, and then this is just leftovers. So I'll show you a closer up picture. Here's how they look before they go in the oven. So you can see like those are the cutouts, and then I just took the little cutout piece and put it on top of the solid tart just for a little decoration, that's all. And that one was just scraps, so it works. It'll be fine when it bakes, and it's gonna taste just as good. So okay, I'm gonna pop it in the oven. I'm gonna check it at 12 minutes, so they're gonna bake between 12 and 15 minutes at 450 degrees. So let's pop them in. I just pulled these out of the oven, and they wound up going 14 minutes. So it's kind of dependent on the dough that you use and your oven and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I would start at 12 minutes and check them and see what you think. You don't want them overly done. So I'm just going to let them hang out here for about 15 minutes and cool off and set up. And then we'll check them out and see how they are. But I already know they're going to be good. Okay, back in a flash. Okay, here is a prettier picture of our tarts. Don't they look great? I gave you like one of each to check out here in this little closing picture. So you can see here's the one where we did the cutout. This one is just solid, and then this little one down here has the little decorative top. But you know what? They're all good. And they're all pretty easy to make. And I think it's a fun way to enjoy summer fruit, and any child is going to love to make these little mini fruit tarts. I promise you, they'll love it. Okay, but how does it crunch and how does it taste? Let's look on the bottom. That's like always a sign of a good bake. Look at how nice they are. So just follow the baking instructions on whatever dough it is that you choose to use, and I'm sure you'll be fine. And that's the video for today. I sure hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll make these. And I do recommend my fabulous strawberry compote. And yeah, check it out and make these and let me know what you think. And I'll just see you in the next video.